everybody, welcome in. Good to see you. This is episode 2 of Split Screen Sports Edition. If you're interested in video games, we also have a video game podcast that is also being produced with the same 4 gentlemen you see on the screen right now. So please feel free to go check that out. Let us know what you think over there. If you dip your toes in both things, we'd love to have you kind of watch and let us know about any feedback or anything like that. So please share. We would greatly appreciate it. I'm joined by Dan, Andy, and John, of course. As you can see by the screens and our kind of allegiance of the teams and things that we are. This is going to be a sports podcast that we kind of talk about and dip our toes into many different types of sports: MLB, NBA, NFL, college football. Hell, who knows? Maybe golf. We'll see. Maybe some cricket. We'll see what happens. But today's topics are not cricket. Today, we're going to talk about Sauce Gardner and his record-setting contract, which is going to be massive. The MLB All-Star Game, which is actually taken place before we recorded this. So we are hot off the heels of that, which is really, really cool. Archie Manning and some more college football, SEC Big Ten stuff. So we're going to get into it. But before we do all that, Dan, how we doing? How's it going?
Doing good. Other than, I don't know, God, John, I'm sorry, your background, my eyes keep going to it, and I hate it. I hate it. I don't like that it's off. I don't like that it's off center. That, and I don't like the green. It just feels like a lot of negative green space, and also the team is terrible.
Okay, so, I didn't know if it was the color or if it was the team, but it seems to be both.
It's both. No, it's just my OCD. Like I'm like that. Why is that off like that?
Yeah.
Like either disperse it around or like something. I don't like that it's there. No, doing well. I'm looking. Obviously, counting the days till football season. I know you talked about the MLB All-Star Game, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You say that, I'm like, all right, cool. Like, let's get.
I'm kind of the same boat. Yep. I think speaking of college football, I think we're 48 days away. I think week 0 is 48 days away. So start the countdown, I guess, right? Put it up on the board, right? But we'll see.
I mean, I've got it in here.
It's
like an advent calendar. I got little snacks behind each day for me.
Hell yeah. Andy, how are you, man? How's things going?
Doing well. How are you?
We're doing all right. I am also in the boat of MLB has never been my cup of tea, so I'm excited to let you and John kind of go at it for that. That'll be fun.
You two old folks.
But you seasoned gentlemen. But yeah, I'm on the same thing, counting down for the college football. I think that's the big one for me, but also just kind of keeping an ear to see what's going on across all sports, the headlines that pop up. So excited for that. But John, how are you? What's going on? How are you doing? Everything well?
We're good. Hey, we're good. Just as a reminder, ESPN back in the day, top 10 sports plays, what gets you more excited? You got a web gem. You got those outfielders who are robbing home runs, taking them, snatching them in the gloves, running, stretching all the way out and getting them.
Say it right.
Or some of these.
That's how you got to do it.
or these soccer kicks where they're just kicking a ball in a goal.
Okay, first of all, you're picking a fight you don't want. You're picking a fight you don't want.
That is the lifelong argument that Jordan and I have had for years and years. Because I'm a baseball guy. He's a soccer guy. I am not a soccer guy. He is not a baseball guy. So
remind me the last time.
Forever and always.
Yeah.
You saw somebody knitting in the crowd of a soccer game. That's right. Never.
Not once. Not once.
Whatever.
Oh,
that should tell you everything you need to know.
For those who did not catch episode 1, I am a Notre Dame fan. That is my number one, my one true. However, I am married, and I did marry into a Michigan State family. So every now and again you gotta happy wife, happy life. Every now and again you gotta show them.
Is that why you have to have it? She's like, put it up right now.
Put up the background. Oh, that's
so
great.
I will say. Sometimes, hey, it's fun. It's fun. And for those who've never tried it, I'm telling you, go to a game that is not involving your favorite team, because first of all, your heart doesn't get broken and hurt or invested in this event sometimes. And also it gives you a different perspective. And it's fun cheering for another team sometimes. So, hey, go green, go white, victory for MSU. See, their team is weak. They got some fun chants at Michigan State games. It's a fun time.
I've been there. It's a good time.
Can mute John's ass.
But as I talked about kind of in the intro, kind of going off of the green, this green's a little bit darker. But speaking of green in the money sense, Sauce Gardner record-setting contract extension was signed. 120.
Cha-ching.
I have no sound
we're
effects.
not allowed to have fun with the sounds because
That's right.
We're allowed to do
somebody's a
sounds.
stickler.
Dad took them away. Okay.
The one time it makes sense.
But yeah, what do you think? I guess the Jets let Sauce Gardner have the money. Andy, I'm gonna start with you.
120.
Yeah, $120.4 million extension, 4-year extension.
4 years.
84, roughly 84, I think is guaranteed, something like that. So,
84 million guaranteed.
Andy, what do you think? Do you think that is worth it for Sauce Gardner?
I mean, he's one of the best defensive players in the league right now, and the Jets don't have much else going for him. I think they also re-signed Garrett Wilson, which is like the one receiver that they have on their roster that can catch a ball.
Yeah.
So, lock those guys up because you need something to try and win some games.
They got Brees Hall.
Yeah, he did really good for my fantasy team last year. I changed my keeper to him, and he just stuck his wang right in my rear.
This sounds like you're coming from a personal issue with it.
That doesn't sound like fantasy football to me.
I can see your contempt. I'd be a little upset about that.
Oh, that's funny as shit. Oh my god, dude.
Knocks on the doors. Andy here. Why? Come here.
So
who's the Jets quarterback going to be?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields.
And Tyrod Taylor as a backup. Don't. I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to let you talk shit about Justin Fields. I'm not going to let you, Dan.
Yeah, the Bears ruined him.
His fault.
Oh, shut up.
His fault.
Yeah, the Bears.
Well, what happened with the Steelers then? What happened with the Steelers? What happened there?
He didn't start.
Yeah, he didn't play. Didn't give him the reins.
So he couldn't beat out old ass Russell Wilson.
Jackson Dart can't even beat out Russell Wilson. What do you mean?
Don't blame it on the Bears, okay?
No, it is the Bears' fault.
No,
but you know who can't beat Russell Wilson? Sierra.
It's Ciara, you idiot. Ciara.
Her goodies, dude.
Not my goodies.
But Andy, sorry, I already got Andy's opinion.
What are we 10 minutes in? And this is
we're gone. This is no longer a sports podcast. It has taken a left turn. Dan, Sauce Gardner, worth it? Not worth it?
I mean, you touch on it, right? He's far and away one of, if not, I mean, he's the best cornerback. He's one of the best defensive players. He's as a rookie, defensive player of the year, first person to do that since like the 80s, right? In the cornerback position.
Mm-hmm.
And every year since then, with the exception, I know he went on IR at one point last year, Pro Bowl, all team, all first team, like every honor you can get. It's hard because when you look at his stat line as a cornerback, you're like, okay, 20 passes deflected means $120 million. I mean, the numbers don't jump out like, oh my God, because he doesn't have a ton of interceptions. But the problem is he's kind of like in that Darrelle Revis thing, right? At a certain point in Darrelle Revis' career, they're not going to have passes deflected because people just do not throw to the side of the field that he's on. It's hard to rack up stats.
King.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
And so Andy's right in the sense that he's young. He's probably one of the only pieces they have to build around, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, why not? They got the money now that they're not paying Aaron Rodgers to sit on the bench.
True. Or in the hospital bed, right? Either way.
Or in a hut doing ayahuasca somewhere.
Oh
In the
shit.
dark, not
I mean,
turning lights
the money
on for a
thing,
week.
ultimately, this is what happens, right?
Yeah.
There's
Right.
contracts that happen this season. It's a continuous game of up and up and up and up and up and up. The guy from the Chiefs, he's now the highest paid guard in
Right.
NFL history, almost 100 million. I mean, so it's always going to happen. There's going to be people that if you would have put them 5 years ago and you said 120 million, you're like, no way, right? But they probably would have got whatever the record is there. It's just the dollar amounts have to continue.
It just keeps going. Yeah, for sure. John, you think worth it? Good choice. Jets made a good, obviously lock him down for longer.
The man's name is Sauce.
No,
for
that's
God's
his
sake. I mean,
Might as well be
his real name is Ahmed Gardner.
Nah.
Or Ahmad. I'm sorry, Ahmad. Really, I should say Ahmad.
if you earn a nickname like Sauce, like you gotta be worth your salt somewhere. The money thing is, I think, and I don't know, I think it's fragile. I think it's, and I hate defending the owners, because I want to be a man of the people, but man,
billionaires,
like
they need help.
Dan, you just said, the highest paid guard. Like, what do you think the previous highest paid guard was like? Like, I'm sure he wasn't happy. All right, I'm the highest paid guard, and then now, like, boom, now there's a higher paid guard than you. And if you have the attitude of like, wait a minute, I should be the highest paid guard. Like,
But
where does it stop?
Here's the problem: is you said you don't want to defend the owners. The owners know when they agree to keep a guy that they're going to set that. Everybody knows it's how it works. Somebody sets a price. That owner
set the market.
We're paying them that, so they know. I look at that owner and be like, "What the?" If I'm the other owners, because like now everybody that's got a guard of fairly comparable talent is going to go. That's the starting point now.
That's
not the high
that's
end.
the beginning. Yeah.
So
if the owners have an issue, they should have an issue with each other.
It's kind of a back and forth, right? Like,
Yep.
because yes, the players are going to demand it, but the owners at a certain point, it's like, they don't ever want to do a strike. They don't want to do that. It's like, you got to find a point where you kind of go, enough's enough. Like, this is unreasonable, right? Like, we feel like this is fair, and trust that the people will see what's fair, right?
Right.
Like, look at Derek Carr. Derek Carr had look at all that money he got for his record contract. He's terrible.
Well, he's retired.
In the latter part of that
you.
contract.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
He did well enough, long enough to get the bag, and then he.
That's
took
what
the
happens
bag.
though. Like even
I
serviceable quarterbacks now make what starters used to make at record-breaking levels, right? Like somebody just to get on the field and manage the game at a minimum.
Yeah.
But I will say from a personal perspective, for Sauce, good for him. Go get your bag, man. For the organization, for the Jets, I hope that doesn't spread them too thin, so that they would be able to build around that. Famously, Tom Brady would take pay cuts in order for the team to build around him, rather than him selfishly taking all the money and now there's no money to build around me.
Right.
That's that's a concern.
Wasn't it the Saints that had kind of the opposite problem? At one point, they had spent so much money on people that, like, the way it was ballooning, they were about to be crazily over the cap with no money on the books, all for players that weren't with them. It was when they tried to make a run with Drew Brees. I remember reading that they were like essentially rolling to a point where they were going to be not able to pay or deal with the fees and the cap tax and all this stuff, because they had just been offsetting all these massive contracts. And the time came due to collect, and they were going to be screwed. So they had to ask a bunch of people to restructure.
Yeah, I think that's really where you get in trouble with that kind of stuff. But I think in this case with Sauce, I think that locking him up or extension or getting him over another 4 years, right? Extending his contract currently is extremely smart. They've got the Jets in general have pieces, right? You've got a pretty stout defense. You've got Garrett Wilson, like Andy mentioned, as a receiver, Breece Hall as a running back. We'll see what Justin Fields can do, right? I think this is feel like, hey, your show. Let's see it. Let's see what you got. Let's go for it, right? But they could have a decent playoff, at least just getting into the playoffs. And I think locking down somebody like that allows you to kind of experiment. Like, okay, we don't have to worry about this person for the next X amount of years. Maybe we restructure. Maybe we change, we don't extend, whatever it might be. But I think this sets them up to have to not worry about it. And maybe they can rely on the draft really to get some key pieces, a quarterback or whatever, and go from there and build from there. Cause I think that's going to be very, very important. But I think it's a smart move. I think Sauce is worth it. I think that's, the best, at least DB, maybe not defensive player in the league, but definitely the best DB. So I think it's a good take. Hopping on to the next topic, which the John and Andy show is about to take off. MLB All-Star Game. What do you guys got? What are your thoughts? What do you got takeaways from it? Maybe not just the game, but also the
oh my god.
Not even the game, but just maybe the entire weekend. Kind of, what are your thoughts? Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts? Go ahead. I want you to go have your back and forth. Cause like I said, I'm going to be a no help here.
Back in my day when we got back from the war.
Home Run Derby. Home Run Derby's great. That would have been last night. You had a bunch of people and Jazz Chisenholm for some reason. I don't know why he was in the Home Run Derby or why they let him be in the Home Run Derby. He got 3 home runs and was eliminated immediately.
It always happens though, doesn't it? There's always somebody who absolutely shits the bed in the home run derby.
I mean, yeah, but not a person that's notoriously not a home run hitter. Like
who shouldn't have been there to begin with.
Exactly. Like you don't got Ichiro in the fucking home run
I was
derby.
just about to ask you if is that the equivalent of some like what it would be is like Ichiro. Every time he hits
Just
it,
about,
he's already running to first base.
Just about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. You had Cal Raleigh, who ended up winning it. Big Dumpy, as they call him. He's
hell yeah.
No,
that's what I'm talking about.
He's got a big Dumpy, and he's got the nickname
he's
Big
a dump
Dumpy.
truck. Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should watch baseball more.
He's got like 38 homers going into the break.
Go hit the ball.
So this dude's a catcher. Hit 38 homers. Only like Bonds and McGuire have done better going into the break.
Well, they have steroids.
I think he's just injecting the steroids straight into his ass.
Yeah, that's where it's just staying there.
I think that's how he got the Big Dumpy.
He's got a nickname to
isn't that what they
live
all
up
do?
to.
Isn't that where they all put it?
Arms,
Well,
thighs, whatever.
Penis.
But he faced off against my boy Junior Caminero of the Rays. I think technically he was a rookie last year, and they brought him up because of a certain somebody at shortstop that is probably going to jail for a short amount of time. Did some things, but he's really been killing it. Been happy with his performance, and he just lost by a hair. I think it was like 17-15 or something like that. So Home Run Derby, always entertaining. The All-Star Game was going on tonight. Last I saw, it was still going on. Let me see here. What's going on with that?
He's got to tune his old-time radio into
This
guy has fastest man alive, they say. He's going to run it.
It's going into the 9th inning. National League leads 6-4. Honestly, the game itself, don't care too much about it these days. You used to watch it, and then you had that whole tie thing, and that just kind of messed everything up for a while.
Is there still benefits to the winner?
No, they changed that. That's why they did that, was because of the tie, and then the players continuously complained about that because, like, the team with the better record, well, they lost the All-Star game, even though they had no control over that, so they didn't have home field, which is
Gotcha.
which is fair.
The winner of the All-Star game got home field advantage during the World Series. So if the NL was to go on and win this game, if this rule was still in effect, then in the World Series, potentially the team with the worst record would have the home field advantage because their league won the All-Star game.
Yeah,
which was
fair.
that was a fun idea. But then I think in the reality it was like
Yeah.
I mean, but maybe I'm wrong here, but with baseball, I feel like that would be way less impactful than other sports. And I only say this because, like, I've never turned on a baseball game where people are like raucously roaring like you hear in a college football stadium or like an indoor arena. So it's like, is it really going to be like that big of a deal?
You
It's
get
like,
a close World Series game, it's going to be just like that.
I mean, that's fair. Like,
just like that.
What I see, I mean, just from my experience, it doesn't seem like it has. I mean, the big house.
Close enough.
Home field advantage for Michigan is different than home field for baseball.
Yeah, they got their rally towels or whatever the hell. Like I said, don't really care too much about the game. You have people these days who are opting out of the game, and they're trying to find replacements. One of the big stories has been this Brewers pitcher, Jacob Mizorowski. He's a rookie. He's started 5 games. He's 4-1, and he has a fairly low ERA. And he got invited to the All-Star game, and other players are like, "Why is this guy, getting to the All-Star game? What
has he done?"
MLB comes back, and they're basically like, we tried to offer like 30 other guys before him, and they all declined. So yeah,
that's wild.
That's kind of where we're at. Yeah.
Damn.
That's kind of where we're at, with the All-Star game. All-Star game is
it's almost bleeding into NFL Pro Bowl levels of irrelevance.
I was just gonna go and say, NBA, but yeah, Pro Bowl might be
more accurate.
Be getting to the Pro Bowl, yeah. Not only a relevance to where the players don't care to play it,
and if the players don't care, then why should the fans care? I'll give you guys that bone.
I mean, that's what All-Star should be, is the best of the best playing a game, regardless of the circumstances, right?
Yeah. And selfishly, as a fan, as a consumer, shut up and play the game. I want to see the best versus the best. And so, like, selfishly, that does kind of take the shine off of it.
I'm in the park of like, it's to me, and this has always been the case, I don't look to like who's gonna win. I think, this is a celebration of the people who are front runners of the league, right? I just feel like that's what it should be. I don't care the effort that's given. I don't care. Like, I don't like the NBA All-Star game is 170 to 177. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a shit. That doesn't mean anything to me. You don't get to see those. You don't get to see those people on the same court playing a game of basketball ever. That's all I want. I just want them on the court at the same time. I'm not looking them to go all out. I also understand there's the risk of injury, but like, it's hard. It's a weird spot.
Yeah.
Now, if the MLB All-Star game was 170 to 160,
hell yeah,
then I think people would watch.
Just instead of an MLB pitch, they just underhand the whole game.
And soft
machine pitch
and underhand. It's softball.
Yep, just machine pitch it throughout the whole game.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, it's I just had you said something, Andy, and I was like, I want to touch on that. And poof.
And just gone, and it's gone.
Good story.
And and it's gone. Dang. Yep.
It's a
Dang
problem among baseball fans at that age. They start to lose their faculties.
The marbles, they just go.
Skeens.
They just go. What?
I said it's pronounced Skeens.
Skeens, yes. The starting pitchers tonight. It was the battle of the skis, as you had Skeens versus Scooble.
Yep. You're the only good player on the Pirates.
Oh man.
Versus up and coming Detroit's best player.
Yeah. So home run derby, real quick. Also, 40 years that they've been doing this. Cal Raleigh, he was the very first catcher to win the home run derby. So he can tip his hat to that. First catcher in 40 years ever to win the derby. He does, and currently he does lead the league in home runs. So he did go into it as the favorite. So, it's always good when the favorite can back up those stats. So that is, good for him to walk in as the favorite, brought it home.
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
The All-Star game also, non-player related things, but this All-Star game, they utilized the automated ball strike system. So from my understanding, Andy, we got a machine now. The umpire's still behind the plate, I imagine.
I'm not sure. I didn't turn it on to look at all.
It'd be weird if he wasn't. I think that would be a
I-
shock factor for all the old people.
Not sure what he would be doing back there if he's not actually
That's
calling
true.
balls
Yeah,
straight.
if he's in the way of the automated system.
Unless he doesn't actually do it on his judgment and he's got an earpiece or something and they tell him what to do.
Okay. Yeah, an earpiece. Hey, call it a ball.
Yeah, something like
Interesting.
Which would be another layer of weird if
put
that's
a robot.
what it was.
So somebody's got to be out there so the managers can argue. Put a robot out there.
Bleep bloop bleep bloop. But
you need to get your circuits fixed.
Baseball fan, yes, but I'm not the old order baseball fan, Dan.
Are there any old order baseball fans? That's my point. Like,
I'm in favor of an automated ball strike system. Absolutely, bring the game forward. The pitch clock, pitch clock. Bring the game forward. Modernize it. Get it into more people's palates. Get it. Get more people watching.
Let them throw their bats. Let them talk trash. Let them celebrate. Let them be cocky.
Let them roid up. I want to see the best versus the best.
Yeah, we do. Let them all do it. Make it mandatory.
Infield.
You know what? Somebody throws a ball and a bird explodes. We celebrate it. We don't.
Yeah.
Make it mandatory.
But I think that's a good thing for baseball. Automated balls and strikes. Why not?
They use it in tennis, right? The electronic system, the VAR or whatever, for their out of bounds and their point.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL has explored a bunch for their their line marking, right? Like they keep toying with it.
But and it's so funny because as a fan, I think as a fan of football, as a fan of tennis, I think that's cool. We want that. That's awesome. I know exactly where that ball hit. In football, I want that. I want a little along the end zone line. I want to know if that football breaks the plane, some kind of a automated system to be able to read that.
A loud alarm goes off. Like in hockey. But no, that's the thing. The technology is there.
Then you talk baseball, and all of a sudden, everybody's like, "No, we can't do this. Nope. We can't do this in baseball."
I need a guy like this over another guy's shoulder going.
Yeah. No, I think that was a strike. No, I don't think it was. You're out of here.
You don't sass me. Get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, why are we modernizing every other sport? But then you got baseball. People are like, nope, can't happen. Can't have baseball.
Tradition.
No.
Yeah, I'm in the camp of also innovate. You know what I mean? Innovate, modernize.
Innovation.
Yep. That'd be huge.
Yep. Bring the product forward. Get more eyeballs on it. Get more people interested.
Make the bats bigger and stronger. Blast the balls farther. I mean,
everybody got on the Yankees earlier this season because of those torpedo bats, Andy, right?
Yeah, torpedo bats.
Yeah.
I love it.
Also,
Crank one across
in the All-Star game, they the uniforms that they wore for a few years going back, they were doing like in the NBA also they have a jersey, a western jersey and an eastern jersey. Well, they were doing the same thing in the MLB. They had an AL jersey and an NL jersey. Traditionally, they didn't do that. They wore whatever team they played for. They wore their regular jersey, but then they did this AL jersey and NL jersey, and they went back to the traditional uniforms. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
I was a big fan of that. It's fun. It's fun seeing all 30 logos out there.
Last year's were just so ugly. Everybody hated them. They're like, let's not do that again.
There you go. Ugh.
The NFL gets the
65
benefit
right now
of-
with a runner on third, 2 outs.
Ugh. Even listening to that makes me.
I know. I'm like
puke.
Cool.
Oh, that's okay. To each their own. If there weren't MLB fans, it wouldn't exist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm sure John could say the same thing about soccer. Then just because he doesn't understand what tactics and teamwork and passing and strategy are, but
stupid.
But that's the thing is I understand how baseball works. I've played baseball myself, but I still don't have any interest. I would go to a game. A game would be fun.
I'm gonna stand out here and do this.
All right, I'm not gonna let you bash them, Dan.
Games
okay,
tied 6-6.
Don't do that. Oh, see, 6-6, runner on third.
Look, the real talent is hitting the ball that comes that fast. I'll give it to you. Like that's hard as shit to do.
I have seen a ton of clips. Don't know why recently of like batters actually slows it down and you see them actually staring at the ball as the bat is coming, but like their head isn't moving. Oh, dude, that stuff is so cool to me.
That is a real skill, like for sure. That's
fantastic. When you're diving for a catch, though, I don't think that's a skill. Moving on into
it's running and you fall. You're running and you fell, basically.
Also, just the last thing. Andy made a comment about a shortstop and was like, "Oh, certain shortstop we're not going to talk about." He's talking about the Rays shortstop. I'm pretty sure who is in some hot water.
Is that the gambling thing?
Legally, no, that
No.
gun possession
Much worse.
Child, he's
inappropriate children images.
CP.
No.
No, not that.
Oh, trying to get some CP.
Yeah. So
Drake.
That's his Rays over there.
Team Kendrick over here.
But the only good thing to come out of that is we can get out of that giant contract we gave him now since he got convicted.
Do they have a clause in there? That's good. It's smart.
Love that. Moving on to college football. Little Archie Manning. And everybody heard the name, I'm sure.
Nope.
The last name
is that like the comics, Archie?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Arch Manning is ready. He's going to be making his first season as a Texas starter. And he was asked about a lot of his different, all the attention expectations that he's been getting, even with the low amount of snaps and play time that he's had. Right. So we talked about, comfortably weaved his way through the SEC Media Days Tuesday, generating the hype, the type of attention garnered by recent superstars such as Tim Tebow and Johnny Manziel. On the cusp of his first season as a full-time starter, Manning handled questions with ease, showcasing a deprecating wit and pointing out that their coronation of the superstar isn't yet based on performance. He said, "It's weird," Manning told ESPN. "I really haven't deserved any of this, so just trying to play along and play ball." Manning has started 2 games with 250 snaps in his career, meaning there's no disconnect between production and expectations. But college football has been long fueled by emotion, and Manning's background, recruiting hype, and the flashes of talent he's shown on the field in Texas have yielded a frenzy. Let's see here. He goes on to talk about deep appreciation for the history of the conference. "It means everything," Manning said. "I mean, my family was played in the SEC. I grew up going to SEC games, wanting to be a part of it. So now it's getting to represent the SEC Media Day, and it's kind of a dream. I know I haven't done anything yet in the SEC, but that's the goal." So basically, he wants to talk about all this garnered attention and stuff that he has been getting feels weird and undeserved. And those are his words, just due to the fact that he hasn't produced anything yet. Which I think, in my point, is exactly what you want to hear from somebody who is like, I haven't done anything yet. Don't give me this until I've done something, right? We all know how the hype goes for people getting, recruits and commitments and those kind of things. 5-star this, 5-star that, right? But I mean, Dan, what's your takeaway for Arch Manning? Do you think he's poised to kind of set himself up and garner that attention by his performance on the field this year?
I mean, I kind of think like this is one of those situations, right, where you hear the name and there was a lot of things, generation talent. He comes from the Manning, blah, 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 blah. Whatever was expected and there was about him hasn't manifested for whatever reason, right? Either he doesn't have that level or because of, playing where he was with not being the star, whatever. So I think right now it is fully in his hands, right, to show everybody what his capabilities are, right? Like there's no excuses away, right? Like you've got a good you're going to be at a school that's going to have a competitive team, a good program. You're going to play good opponents, right? With an ability to showcase your skills. You don't perform well, then you got nobody to blame but you, right? Like it's convenient last year because you could say like, why isn't he the starter? Why isn't he whatever? And you could, well, there's somebody ahead of him.
Well, he wasn't the starter because he was a freshman and Quinn Ewers was better. Right. That's
my point. Is like, right. Like, but it's like, there was people that thought he was going to be so good that like, freshman or not, bam. Right. But it's like,
he should have showed up and walked in there as the starter.
Well, he could have started 95% of other programs. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is like, he may be that level, but right now is his time to show, like, is at all that the hype real? Right.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Are you the best Manning in the family? Because your other two brothers are mid at best. It's a joke.
You're about to set me the fuck off right now.
Peyton Manning's mid. Eli Manning is the real GOAT because
you don't talk to the Hall of Famers that are Peyton Manning and eventually Elijah Manning. Okay.
Elijah.
We're talking about the sheriff.
The sheriff.
Talking about that big head guy with the weird helmet they had to wear.
One of my favorite player nicknames. Sheriff.
The sheriff.
I'm sorry. Are you going to talk to me about that? Did you ever have a Jim McMahon? No.
Oh, John, what do you think?
A Jay Cutler?
What do you think? What do you got for Arch Manning? You think he you think
Jay
he starts
smoking Cutler?
Yeah, or a Cade McNown or a Jim Miller.
Jay Cutlets is what they used to call him.
Ron Meyer.
Yeah, baby.
But John, what do you think? Arch Manning? Do you think he gets that attention? Do you think he ends up showing people he's kind of worth it?
I do, yeah. I mean, right now, clearly it's just the last name. It's the name on his jersey. That's what all the hype is.
Texas.
Yeah. That name on the front, Texas. Yeah, that's what it is. But this is not going to be this kid's first. It's not his first rodeo. His entire life. This is probably what he's probably been browbeaten by the name on the back of his jersey his entire life. So with that being said, this is probably nothing new to him. So, oh my God, how's he going to handle the stress? How's he going to handle the stress? I'm sure he handles it just fine because he's used to it.
Yeah. He's been dealing with it for so long.
He's had that.
True.
Yeah. It's that cliche. It's just noise. It's just noise. It's all the noise that surrounds him. Noise. And all he's got to do, he just has to show up that week one, get to the game, get under center, get that first snap. All right, we're good. We're on. And as long as everything doesn't go sideways because, that week one game happens to be at the Shoe.
I mean, it's Ohio State, so yeah. that's a rough first game at the helm, but yeah.
It'll be a trial by fire. But I think it'll be all right. Win or lose. I mean, obviously, if they lose, it's going to depend on how they lose. But if they lose, everybody's probably going to, fire him. Jump off the Arch Manning bandwagon.
Yeah,
but
I think it'll be too soon. I agree.
He'll be fine. I think he'll be fine.
He's already shown flashes of that talent that they mentioned. So
yeah.
And you kind of in the same boat with the Manning Arch Manning kind of doing his thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been trained, his whole life for this
That's
and
a
how
good
to
way to put
handle
it.
this. Like, hey, you're a Manning. You're gonna have to deal with some stuff.
Yeah,
You
you're
know,
the third Manning, and the other two have Super Bowls. So like,
third
you get
generation.
you have some shit to do, but
I find it kind of funny though. He says how his family, he grew up in the SEC, of course. You got Peyton going to Tennessee, Eli Old Miss. I think Archie went to Old Miss as well. And he just happens to join a school that joins the SEC right when he gets there.
right,
Like
hilarious.
that was
Yes,
his plan all along.
yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, sick.
I knew they were going to be the SEC ever since
Yeah.
I
Since I got here, started
That's
school.
actually why they joined the SEC.
Yeah, it was because he committed.
He committed, and Texas was like, oh, now we have to.
Yeah, that's kind of. I'm on the same boat. I think we all are in agreement. I think he's gonna. I don't know if he'll be. I'm sorry, excuse me. I don't know if he'll be the like Heisman Trophy. I don't think if that's where I'm gonna. It depends, but also I don't. I think there's. I don't know. I guess I don't really know.
I don't. Do you by any chance have a current Heisman front runner? Like what are they, not yeah. What are they saying that the current maybe top 5 are? Because I don't feel like it's Heisman or bust for him. He will be fine.
It's his first year, and he's got more years to come.
Yeah.
So I have a short list. He's on the long list, I guess. I can't say short list. There's maybe like 12, 15 people on this list. So I mean, actually probably 10. Jeremiah Love, Kevin Jennings, QB at SMU, Garrett Nussmeier from QB at LSU, Jeremiah Smith, of course, Sam Levitt, Arizona State QB, Drew Aller is on there, Penn State quarterback, Lenora Sellers, QB in South Carolina, Ryan Williams, receiver at Alabama, Jordan James, running back at Oregon, Arch Manning, QB at Texas, Nico from Tennessee. Is he on Tennessee?
He's not on Tennessee.
Where did he go?
Oh, he's not
at UCLA. He went to UCLA. So I'm sure he's probably still on there. This article was December 14th. So of 2024. It says way too early. And then of course we have DJ Lagway, QB at Florida, Nate Frazier, running back at Georgia, and Cade Klubnik, Clemson QB. So he's in the long list, if you will. So I don't think it's a bust, Heisman or bust. I don't think that needs to be the case, especially
there's a lot of talent on that list.
Yeah, considering who won it last year, I don't think that's the case, right? Anybody can just kind of
and considering who didn't win it last year.
Yeah, who should have won it last year. But I
love what?
That's crazy. That's a crazy statement. But I don't know. He'll be fine. I think it's too early to tell, obviously. Texas has a daunting schedule, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously Ohio State right off the bat. Is
of course their conference schedule is probably brutal.
Yeah, exactly. So if you go through here, let's see, Ohio State, San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston, and they've got Florida, Oklahoma, Kentucky, Missouri, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, Georgia, Arkansas, Texas A&M. That's a brutal schedule. I mean, it's the SEC. It's going to be, right? Texas A&M might be good this year, better than last year, possibly. Oklahoma is probably going to be back to it. Georgia, obviously going to be back to it. Arkansas has been touted to be really, really good this year as well. Florida might be a strong contender in the off schedule, and then Ohio State. So a lot of games to prove themselves and prove himself if he wants to be, the next first round overall pick. Right. So we'll see, but I think he'll do just fine. Staying with college football, we're going to talk a little bit about Greg Sankey, the SEC, and the Big Ten. Can't make up their mind on what they want to do and what they want the model to be for the college football playoff. John, you kind of posted this article or shared it with our notes. Do you kind of want to take the reins and kind of discuss a little bit what's going on and the differences between what they think's going on?
Yeah. So Greg Sankey, who's the SEC commissioner. So, I mean, you got to know where his chips are going to lie. He's looking out for the SEC, basically saying, hey, if the Big Ten and the SEC, if we can't agree on changing it, then it's just going to stay the same.
Right.
Which, to be honest, right now with the way it is, okay. I mean, speaking as a Notre Dame fan, it benefited us. So, I guess from our point of view, it's kind of okay, it worked out this year. So I think it's fine the way it is.
And being the way it is currently is there's basically whoever has the best record, the highest ranked, is seeded that way, correct? So Notre Dame is number one in the country.
It was tweaked. So this year will be tweaked differently than last year.
Right.
Last year there was the whole top four was reserved for conference champions.
Right.
And then one of your conference champions was left out of that top four. But now going into this year, they scrapped that. And you know what? Just the top four teams are going to get seeds 1 through 4.
Right.
Which opens the door for Notre Dame now to get a top 4 seed,
Since
which then also gets them a bye, which we learned last year was not a good thing to have the bye. So who knows? We'll see that. We'll see how that plays out this year. But March of 2024, all of the 9 commissioners and Notre Dame leadership, they got together. They signed what was called a memorandum of understanding. And in this, there was an acknowledgement in the writing, in this memorandum, that, hey, we understand that the SEC and the Big Ten, they're the big dogs. They're the 2 conferences that run this ish. And with that, they gave them the power to make decisions. I guess, if you took a pie, a pie chart and spread it out, those 2 conferences together have more than half the pie. So if those 2 conferences alone can agree on something, that is what will happen. Everybody else can disagree, but if the SEC and the Big Ten want it, if they want the same thing, they're going to get it. Which really, that I didn't know that, and that took me aback, knowing that those 2 it doesn't surprise me, because those are the 2 best conferences in the country. So like on one hand, on one side of the coin, you do have to look at it that way. They are the 2 best conferences in college. They should be maybe running things. But like the other side of that coin is like, that's 2 conferences and how many other, we've got 7 other conferences and Notre Dame's leadership. That's
well, the thing with it being an even number, like they don't agree. Okay, it stays the same. Great. There should be 3. 2 people agree. Good. This is where we're going. Yeah, exactly. This is the route we're going. SEC and the Big Ten, they agree, but Big 12 doesn't. This is the route we're going. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't like the fact that there's a stalemate. There's always going to be a stalemate if it's 2 powerhouses. They're going to want the best, or they're going to want the best. Oh, this benefits us the most. This benefits us the most. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
they're going to want what's best for them.
Yeah, it's nonsense. I think you got to have a 3rd team in there. You just have to, right? But basically, what is run through what the difference is? What does the SEC want to change to, and what does the Big Ten want to run to?
So it looks like the Big Ten, they're favoring rewarding the conference champions. The quote from the article, rewarding conference champions with guaranteed spots and play-in games to determine them. But I need more meat on that explanation. From the Big Ten, I'm kind of like, what does that mean? Like, what do you mean?
Play another game
when you say that?
Nonsense.
Yeah. We want to reward our conference champions with guaranteed spots and play-in games to determine them. I need a little bit more, but that's all that's listed there.
The first round games to play the teams with buys. Is that a
play? Oh, maybe that's what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, but if you're isn't the regular season kind of like one long play-in stretch?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the Big Ten wants. maybe is a little murky, is a little shielded, a little shaded. You know, I need a little bit more from them to really fully develop an opinion on that. The SEC, they're coming out, hey, we want 16 teams, 5 conference champions, and 11 at-large bids. With your 5 conferences, I got it there. It's going to be your SEC, Big 10, ACC, Big 12, and your group of 5. Right? That's not a conference.
The highest ranked of the group of 5. That's how it worked.
And then 11 at-large bids, which I like 12. I think 12 ended up being a pretty good number. 16, can we really imagine a world where you have a 16 team playoff, and in theory that would mean that like number 1 would play number 16. I don't know how they would officially, create a bracket to muck it up, but on the surface level, a 16 bracket would evenly go down, so you would have 1 versus 16. Is there a world that we could see last year, the number 1 team in the nation losing to whoever the 16th team in the country would have been, having that discussion on, can the 16th best team in the country make a run to be the national champion?
If you ask Dan, yes. Because Illinois was 16 last year at the final rankings of the 2024 season, okay? So if you're going to ask Dan, the answer is...
I'm just listening to you sit and run your mouth, John. And listen, here's the deal. Plain and simple. It needs to be that way, all right? Because then teams that actually, have some skill and some talent and aren't just historically benefited programs that get handed the easy way in can come in and show people how it's done.
So this puts it, so if you take, let's just say it was 1 through 16, right? There weren't any crazy outliers, right? I mean, last year in the bracket.
I don't think there were.
Right? You had Boise State had a bye, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Who else had a bye?
Oregon
had a bye. Arizona State had a bye, and
Texas,
Georgia all had a bye, right?
Yep.
So it was Oregon, Texas. Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, and Arizona State.
Yes.
So
yep.
That leaves you in between there. So those were all within the top. Those are all within these final rankings of the top 16. So nothing crazy, but that adds teams like Iowa State, BYU, SMU, who are already in it. That adds teams like Ole Miss, Tennessee, Indiana, Penn State, obviously Notre Dame, Ohio State, and it leaves Alabama kind of right out there at that 17, right? But you would have been throwing in some of these other teams that you maybe would not have thought. Are they going to do anything?
When we had the 4-team playoff, you remember on Selection Sunday when they were doing that, and you had that first team, that 5th and 6th team, you would talk about, the gripes that those teams would have. Should they have been in? Should they have been out? And they were the 5th and 6th best team in the country. Right. We're talking about the gripes that they had. Now we've got the 12-team playoff, and we're talking about the 13th best team in the country and 14th, and were they left out? Could they have been in?
Right.
Could you imagine going to a 16 team? And now we're going to talk about team number 17 because they were the first ones left out. Man, team number 17, they were robbed.
Yeah.
If you're 17, you've probably got at least 2, maybe 3 losses in the season. Most likely 2.
100%. So actually, this breaks it down here. Oregon 1 seed, Georgia 2, Texas 5, Penn State 6, Notre Dame 7. Ohio State 8, Tennessee 9, Indiana 10, Boise State 3 seed, SMU 11, Arizona State 4, Clemson 12, right? So the reason this is being brought up to a 16 is probably because you're getting the Alabama excuse again, right? A lot of people thought, they missed out on how many people? The SEC missed out on borderline of 1, 2, 3,
Alabama, Ole Miss.
4, because you had Ole Miss, South Carolina, Alabama, and Missouri was 19. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt there. That's within the bubble.
So if you would have had a 16-team playoff last year, Alabama would have been in, and now we're talking 3 more spots. Ole Miss probably would have gotten one of those.
It's
So now we're
6
talking
SEC
2
teams.
spots. Yeah.
6.
You know, so you're tossing it up between an Illinois, a South Carolina. That's insane. And it also, you know, in our video game podcast, we mentioned a Subnautical game where the developers were some shady shit going on.
Yeah.
Where they were going to owe the developers a bonus if this game was going to sell well, and it was, for all intents and purposes, it was set up to sell well.
Yep.
And then, you know what, we're going to delay this, and now because it's delayed, we're going to miss our goal, and now we don't have to pay you this bonus. That kind of smells like shit. That's a slime ball move. It's kind of coming off on the SEC's perspective.
Right.
Hey, we want to expand. We think this would be good if we expanded the playoff to 16, knowing full ass well that conference may get 6 to 8.
Yeah.
Can you imagine half of the field being from one conference?
That'd be wild. Yeah. Well, I mean,
And I'm sure Greg Sankey would just be like, well, hey, guess that's how it works in the SEC.
6 of them were the SEC. 4 would have been through the Big Ten, with Illinois being on the bubble. That's 66% of the fucking field. 2 conferences that make the choices.
Again, goes back to why those 2 conferences own more than 50% of the pie.
Yeah, I get it, but doesn't make it right. I don't know.
It's ick.
Yeah,
it's almost like expanding the playoff to 16 has ick written all over it. Like there's political decisions with that.
Yep.
We're getting away.
Well, in the first round, Big Ten can't play the Big Ten, and the SEC can't play the SEC. So then we have to play Big Ten versus SEC. So then we have the SEC versus SEC in the second round. And you're like, oh my fucking God, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
We're trying to make
then your
institutions that make a shit ton of money a bunch more money.
Yeah.
A bunch more money.
Yeah. And to look better. Right?
We make a lot of money. How can we make more?
Yeah.
And now that we have to share a tiny piece of it with our players, we're pissed and we need more money.
and by you know, expanding the playoffs without these details on a surface level, fans are going to eat it up. More playoffs? Yeah.
100%.
But don't be fooled. There's political reasons behind it.
Yeah. 100%. 1000%.
Just like on why Notre Dame doesn't join a conference, political reasons behind it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yes,
we don't need
money.
Yeah, you need the money.
Money. Show me. No, I want.
And he's getting yelled at.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
It is
last thing I wanted to talk about here, just a quick little thing. Deion Sanders is advocating for a salary cap in college football. What do you guys think about that?
It's technically not a salary, right?
Way NIL's going.
NIL's not supposed to be a salary. It's supposed to be a payment for the use of their.
I think salary cap is. I think salary cap is a
worded that way.
There should be a limit, right? What do you guys think? You think there's a limit?
There should be.
The way it is right now, the Wild West right now with NIL, there's something.
Yeah,
some kind of rein it in.
Some kind of cap.
Yeah,
I agree.
Do I have the answer? No. Does Deion have the right answer? I don't know.
Yeah, that's part of me feels like a cap has to be in place, but I don't want to limit but also like that limits their money, and I'm not trying to do that to them, but there has to be maybe there's incentives past that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, we can only give you X amount to be on our team. But
the proximity to home is great.
But we want to make sure that you still can get more money for your likeness and shit afterwards. You know what I mean? So, because I'm not trying to take money out of their pocket. That's the last thing I want to do. But I don't know. There's just a weird thing. But that's something quick to think about.
I think you take what's existing, you take the NFL's model of the salary cap and, first question, can you implement that on the NCAA level? I think negatively though, if you do that, the rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to stay poorer.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the right answer is. Many more people make
Yeah.
more money and make those choices that we do. So, oh man.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys. This is going to be episode 2. I almost said 4, but we have not done 4 of these. That was our video game podcast where we've already done 4 of these. So if you stuck around, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Let us know in the comments your expectations for Arch Manning. Your playoffs. If you have a solution for the college football playoff, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know what's going on there. Well, yeah, until next time, these usually go live on Mondays, I think is what I do. Yeah. Friday for the video game, Monday for the other one. So if you want to check it out, we'd love to have you watch and hang out with us. So of course, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.